All right. Well, I hope you know what you want to talk about.
Not really.
Well, then let's just go nation, local, and then sports.
There's a big bombing today.
Sri Lanka.
Oh yes.
200 people.
Christ.
Things are dead.
Gnarly. 7 people arrested. That's the
Oh,
crazy
really?
thing. Yeah. Probably more by the end of the day.
We started?
Nope. Let's go.
Christ has died, hallelujah. Christ is risen.
He has
Hallelujah.
risen.
Christ will come again. It's either that or the 421 song.
Yeah.
Well, happy Zombie Jesus Day.
Happy Easter, everybody. Thank God for Jesus. So,
Thank God I don't believe in God.
so I read up on the Sri Lanka thing this morning. 207 killed already. They're reporting at least 8 bombings, all coordinated on Easter morning. So
There was a couple years ago there was an Easter terrorist attack, wasn't there?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, there was.
This is I guess there's a bunch. Most of the country is Buddhist, my understanding,
Yeah.
and then Hindi.
Yeah.
And there's a fringe group of Muslims that are going against these Christians that were all at church.
Mm-hmm.
So,
It's the same shit. Anti-Christian terrorist attack.
yeah. You know,
They should just stop doing Easter celebrations over there.
or we should just ban Muslim.
I saw this fucking this technology they developed in China to recognize for facial recognition, but for Muslims, so they can recognize them and say, "Get the fuck out of here!"
Well, there's 95% of the Muslims are good people.
Probably more than that.
Yeah, it was kind of hard.
It probably is more than that, but there's probably a lot of bad Muslims out there that we don't know about.
Well, Bill Maher puts it, it's like, okay, it's one thing that you have a group of Muslims that are doing this, but then the rest of the Muslim religion doesn't condemn it. They're kind of saying, well, that's part of our religion, Sharia law, we're supposed to be the best, and that's what it's going to be. And it's like, well, I don't want to get too xenophobic.
It's just sad that there's really no sight and end when it comes to hate and terror
Yeah.
and fear.
Yeah, it seems to be.
We're all on this fucking planet together and we're killing each other. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Can't brag about being a evolved genius civilization when we're killing the ocean and killing each other.
Right. Yeah.
That's why I stopped smoking weed.
Or you should make it mandatory.
Yeah.
Everybody has to smoke a joint a day.
I'd say just at least smoke a joint once and then make your conclusions. That's all it takes.
A lot of times people's first high is they don't really experience it. It's the second one.
That's true. The first one's either too intense
Or they
or
just
they
don't
just can't
feel
enjoy it.
Yeah. And then after that, people get in their ways, they're like, oh, it just makes me want to sleep. Or all I do is want to eat, or I get paranoid, or, all sorts of
That
different
might
things.
end up being the answer in the future. It might take 50 years for Muslims to smoke weed, but they'll get around to it.
What if we put it in their water?
U.S. provides free water to all Eastern countries. Slips in some CBD and THC.
The other big news this week was the Mueller report was finally released. Last week we talked about the Barr report and how it totally exonerated the president, but then the Mueller report says, no, it doesn't. It still says that the Congress gets a chance to go over it now.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Trump has a lot to hide, and I think when you have as much to hide as he does, you can't keep that shit in forever. It comes out eventually.
Yeah, he even said, my presidency's over, I'm fucked. That's in the Mueller report.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It says I'm
Which
fucked.
he says I'm fucked, which I think is funny because
Like literally?
That's what it exactly says. It says he slouched back into his chair, or down in his chair, and he says, "My presidency is over." This is after he found out that they were going to do a Mueller special investigation. And Session recused himself from being a part of it. That's why he's all pissed at Mueller, or Sessions. And that he tried to get Mueller fired, so that's obstruction of justice. But none of his employees would follow through with his orders because they're like, that'll fuck you, man.
Yeah.
So they just
Yeah.
didn't do it.
yeah.
So he got saved by his insubordinates.
Huh.
Yeah.
You know, Elizabeth Warren is calling for his impeachment, which, you know, why not give it a try, right? I mean, I don't know if there's enough right now to impeach him, but it all depends on what they decide to do with the report.
I'd be fine with him just running this course and then getting the fuck out because I was telling John, like, I'm more afraid of fucking Pence than I am of him. That dude's a fucking
Yeah, no
radical
shit.
nut job.
Yeah.
No shit, but do you think Trump's still going to run?
Oh, of course he's going to run.
So,
But the thing is that the Democrats are so scattered on what they're offering again.
I feel like the best chance of him getting booted is from another Republican. Honestly.
Yeah, if like one of these prominent Republicans ran against him,
But so far, Bernie Sanders is in the lead.
Bernie and Joe Biden.
He's fucked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Joe Biden might as well just fucking call it a day.
Whether or not you want to call it justifiable, he's fucked.
Then again, though, fucking Trump was grabbing bitches by the pussy and he fucking still got elected.
Yeah, but he wasn't trying to come off as a goody two-shoe Democrat. He wasn't trying to,
That's
pass as that.
Well, and everybody knows what we got with Obama and Biden when they were together, and then everybody knew what Hillary was going to offer, and they know what Bernie's going to offer, and people are liking the economy, so it's like, and they have somebody to hate, they got it all.
I just don't think Trump's going to win because he made a lot of empty promises to a lot of the Midwest to get those swing states to make America great again and to make their economy great again and to get jobs out there, and I don't think that's happened.
Yeah, that's why Andrew Yang, he's down in the polls, but at the same time, gaining some traction.
Yeah, he'll be fine in the long run, I think. He'll be in there towards the end.
Yeah, I hope so.
Because people are going to start coming around. They're going to start talking about this universal income, and I think it's great for the economy. I said, regardless for the individual that gets it,
You just want your $1,000.
that means Lori and I be getting $2,000 a month.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be fucking rad. Because
And
then,
then your son, he'll be 18 soon too. $3
join the
a month.
family.
Yeah.
Join the
You
family,
guys all
bro.
put that money into a house.
And then we get to do whatever we want with our lives. We get to maybe follow our passions and what we find interesting.
Well, the
instead
big
of-
drawback is there's an opt-in and an opt-out. So if you opt in, then you don't get any food stamps. You don't get any.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So, yeah, you can spend it how you want, but you still. I mean, if you're getting $1,500 in food stamps and health care, $1,000 isn't going to be enough to, supplement what you've already got.
Yeah. But who knows? We could probably make it so you can have that payment have allotments towards other things that you need. So you'll get $800 a month instead, while $200 of it goes towards other shit you need.
I just think it'd be great in my situation if I just put it in the savings every month, and then after a year I'd have $12,000. It's like that'd be great to have $12,000 that
Yeah.
I didn't even count on.
Yeah. All kinds of shit.
Yeah, it was interesting too. Bernie Sanders was on the Fox, what do they call it, town meeting or whatever they call it, town hall meeting, and they were trying to get him, the Fox people, and they said, how many of you here have insurance from your private your business that you work for? And there, a lot of hands went up, and he's like, and how many would, want to switch to a government plan?
Oh, yeah.
And they all just started cheering, and he's like, oh, well, I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
And Sanders is like, see, the Republicans even want it too. I just think it should be like public school. If you don't like it, go to private school.
Yeah.
Buy your own shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I
I also think it would be interesting to toy with the idea with the universal income having like people that are receiving it, but then people who don't receive it, but then they get benefits on other levels. You know, like maybe get a free flight once a year, flight credit up to $500 a year, you know, to go wherever you want or some shit.
Yeah, I totally could see that if everybody in Bremerton, for example, was getting $1,000 a month, how much they would just go and party at the local bars with it every week. They'd go out to dinner. And so you'd have all these restaurants opening up and different breweries and bars, and people would be spending it for free. You know, it's kind of like free money.
It's going to open up a whole nother market of how am I going to get that $1,000? How am I going to get a piece of that money? You know,
Yeah,
how's my business going to reach out to these people?
Yeah, and that's what he was kind of saying. It's like, you know, he's still a capitalist. This isn't social security or socialism, but it's saying that instead of starting your capitalistic endeavors or path or whatever you want to call it, then at zero you're starting at 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So same thing. If you wanted to open a business or something, you wait a year, you save that $12,000, now you have a down payment on a building. You know.
Yep. All right. Any other national news?
I don't think so. I don't know. Oh, there's the world news about the Notre Dame fire. Everybody's interested in that. It's like 800 years old and burnt.
The top part that they were working on, like a lot of scaffolding and shit got burnt. So
Yeah.
a lot of the structure itself seemed to be okay.
Well, the spire fell down. It's
Mhm.
like the iconic thing. But then the big thing is that everybody's raising all this money for it.
I know, isn't that crazy?
They have like $1 billion in 24 hours.
I know, it's so crazy. Can you imagine what they could do with that million if they raised it for something else?
Yeah, I saw a lot of that.
Fuck. And they already have so much money in the church. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
All the good they can do in the world, and with that money, $1 billion.
Well, they need to be taxed. I don't understand that really.
For real.
But
Because the tax isn't going to cripple them. You know,
No.
they're more solid than a local business would be.
But you know how many atheists are in Congress?
Yeah.
You know, you can have some Jews and Muslims or whatever, but there's no atheists that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
You know, so everybody's going to be, you know, pro-church in
Yeah.
a sense.
It's kind of hard to get fucking elected as an atheist, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you get more. I mean, like they were talking. I think it was. I don't know, John Oliver or somebody. They were saying how these guys running for president. You know, one's a woman, one's a black person, one's an Asian. You know, one's this, and then that Mayor Pete comes out. He's like, "I'm gay."
Oh, yeah.
Mic drop. It's like, hey, I'm the most victimized here. And he was calling out Pence, you know, saying,
Yeah.
you know, my marriage has made me a stronger Christian.
The Mormons hit the streets pretty hard last week around this area. They had they had cars, vans lined up on Rogers Street by
What?
my house. Yeah, and they all had the same exact fucking thing in the window, GPS thing in the window, and they hit the streets and they had duos of women hitting up and trying to knock on people's doors. They knocked on our door. Lori started talking to them. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy. And then they left our house and went to Ray's. And then we're talking to Ray for like 20 minutes. And Lori and I were like, that's smart. They're actually, because usually they send two young kids, two men, who are on a mission. But they were sending out females this time from the Mormon church. Jehovah's do that quite a bit, but this was new.
Huh.
And I was like, that's an interesting tactic.
Yeah, I saw them walking around, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know if they came to the house or not. I wasn't home.
Oh, yeah, because when we left our house, we came up here and we were kind of hoping that they'd come here. And we like have
Hey again.
Yeah, but we were hoping it'd be a different group, you know, because we like messing with them, you know, and just saying, hey, you know.
It's like, explain to me about the dinosaurs again.
Yeah, exactly. Explain to me that 3-tier heaven that you guys got going on.
Yo, let me see your magic underwear.
But Lori was all drinking some champagne in a wine glass and was like, oh,
Jesus.
I like to be free of belief and believe whatever I want. Look at me, I'm happy.
There was a big car wreck over by Fred Meyer 6
I
car
saw that.
crash.
Oh yeah.
I saw the video of it
crazy.
actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the dude in the white van just like fucking crashed into non-moving cars.
Was he drunk or something?
I don't know, looked like he could have been like on pills or fell asleep or some shit.
Hmm.
But it was a 6-car collision, but most of the collision was just like cars running into each other that weren't moving.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good. I don't see much other local news.
Yeah,
that's
a
worth talking
sailor
about.
shot himself on a
That
ship.
was a few years ago, wasn't it? The investigation just ended.
Or was it?
Yeah, I think so.
No.
Oh,
Russell Wilson,
Yeah, there
yeah,
you go.
signed a fatty contract.
140 for 4 years or some shit.
Yeah, did you see the video he posted? He definitely just got done fucking Sierra before, and then posted a video about having a new deal. You haven't seen it? They're both
No,
laying in bed.
I don't want to see it.
It's hilarious.
It sounds horrible.
It's hilarious. They had some celebratory sex and then posted it to social media after.
Oh, is the bacon done?
Yeah. I started smelling the burn on this shit.
Oh,
But yeah, now they can't sign all the players that they want to sign now because they don't have enough money to keep them all.
it doesn't make any sense.
And we got the draft coming up here soon. That's going to be exciting.
There was a funny local story I saw. Some dude broke into in Port Orchard, broke into his house and stole a ghillie suit and a whole bunch of other shit. And the cops came out and fucking zapped him in the submission.
What's a ghillie suit?
It's like a sniper suit that camouflages you in the
Oh,
woods.
So like, he's fortunate the cops got him because I'm pretty sure anybody that owns a fucking ghillie suit also owns a lot of guns.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. Pretty slow news, I guess, huh? Except for the bombing that just happened. It's crazy. I always think about this, like, when we're sleeping, that's when their world's going on over there on the
Yeah.
east, you know?
Yeah.
And it's so gnarly to think.
Mariners are back at doing better.
Yeah, they won
the
last night,
couple of games.
6-5 against the Angels.
They lost all 6 at home.
Yep,
Then they go back on the road and they win 2.
yep.
Going for the sweep today.
Last couple games I saw, they cut it pretty close.
Yeah.
hmm But they're already looking better than all of last year, so that's good.
Yeah, if they can sustain it.
And we got a show coming up this Friday at High Fidelity Lounge,
Yeah, I saw that.
9 p.m.
Oh, it's a late show?
Yeah.
Hmm.
It was going to be a 7 p.m. show, but there's a show at Dog Days at 7 p.m. that I wanted to try to catch before the comedy show. I didn't want to compete directly with that show.
What show is that?
Rocksteady Cosmonaut.
Who's that?
It's Brian Duclos and
Oh, no shit.
Aaron McFadden's part of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So
Yeah,
I was
I'd
thinking
be
that'd be a
interested
cool
to see that.
pre-funk.
Yeah, for
you know.
sure. Go check that out. We have-
Friday at 7 at Dog Days, and then head down and Hi-Fi at 9 for the comedy show.
Cool.
And we had the feud with New Day Cannabis last Friday, 19th,
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
and DRL. That was a ton of fun. I think we got to try to take the feud on the road, man. Get like a nice little tour around the peninsula and then work
Yeah.
our way up around the state.
Yeah, we got to definitely find some different places to hit.
Yeah. Somewhere where they're going to be looking forward to it each month, you know.
Right. And Easter Sunday, man, I'm making eggs. I already burnt the bacon.
Yeah.
Smells
Charred.
good. Smells good.
And I'm gonna make a roast for dinner.
Ah, yes.
So I'll be doing a slow cooker. And
All
hopefully
right.
the weather gets better, man. I'd like to start riding my bike.
Yeah, no shit.
Looks like it's probably gonna burn off.
It'll burn off and then
By then it'll be too late.
too chilly. But Wednesday's supposed to be nice. So there's that.
Yeah.
So
All right. Well, thanks for joining us today.
see ya.
All right. So what I'm thinking is getting the projector and like shining it right here on the wall,
Uh-huh.
so we can have like different images.
That'd be cool.